So why are you making Supermental anyways? I have a lot of selfish reasons. I like, you know, when I first started making it, I was like, I just want everything I went through to mean something, somehow. You know? Like, I know it doesn't seem like it, but I am a pretty sensitive, like, person. A lot of shit deeply bothers me. Well, I guess people know that, but, you know. Like, I sort of convinced myself that if I make Supermental, like, all the bullshit in life, like, will have not have been wasted. Like, I didn't suffer for no reason. You know what I mean? It's changed over time. Oh, it definitely changed over time. I mean, if you want to know the history, I'll tell you this. Like, so I started making it when I was, when I was like 14 years old. And, back then, the reason I wanted to make it was because, like, the same reason that, like, grown-ass men now make art, which was, I was 14, I'm not kidding, I really liked Mega Man, and I was like, I want to make, like, a Mega Man, but I'm the main character. That was it. That was little 14-year-old me's dream. Make Mega Man, but I'm the main character of it. And then people would play it and be like, wow, it's so cool, it's the main character, it's like Mega Man. That's it. That's how it started. Okay? Later, it changed pretty dramatically, because I would like make songs and whatever, and I'd write little ideas for like what the game would be like, but it wasn't serious. It's just like you go into school and you're like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a level with an alligator, there's gonna be this, there's gonna be lots of funny jokes, and the main character smirks, you know, when he does something, and he always has a cool catchphrase, and he has lots of sex, and he's awesome, and, you know, like, all that shit, right? That's how it started. So, later, when I was still making it just for, like, a little vanity project as a child, I wrote a letter to my old self. Which sounds retarded, but let me explain. So I was a kid, and I was like, why don't games have this? Why don't games have that? You know, like, you know, some stupid shit, right? That was like, I basically, wrote this letter to my old self, my grown-up self, where I was like, if you find out why people do stupid shit and put them in games, you have to ignore it and do everything I want to do. You have to put everything I want in it. So, you know, I grow up a little bit. I still am not doing YouTube yet, but I'm like, I find this letter and I'm like, oh, that's so interesting. I have this wish list from my past self. And, so now I'm like, what would be a really interesting challenge is doing this wish list of, like, little 14-year-old me's demands, but making it work. I think that would be sort of interesting. And then, like, I suffered a very unfortunate incident when I was 20. And, you know, that kind of snapped me out of the sort of childish aspect of, like, working on a vanity project. So then I was like, alright, let's actually make this a serious thing. Let's talk about something important. And, like, by that time, you know, I was in all the hipster art circles. Right? So, I was like, I just want to make something that's really progressive and, you know, has a good message and whatever the fuck. Oh fuck, I'm getting killed. But, yeah, so I was like, I wanted to make Supermental about personal tragedy that I suffered, and then I was like, wait a minute, if I do that, my piece of art will be extremely uninteresting. No one will care at all. They will think it is cliche garbage. So then the new mission was like, let's make let's like transfer the suffering that I felt at what happened to me into the suffering that like minorities feel in some way, and make it comparable, like bridge those two things. So then that became my new motivating force, and then that's why I wanted to make it. And now we arrive at the final state of like, oh, I just got kicked in the fucking face. But anyway, we're at like the current motivating force right now, which is like, I just want something good that exists. And I feel like this kind of story is something only I can do. Because no one else wants to do it anymore. The people with the money and the resources do not want to make something good. Unless it's attached to a pre-existing IP. Which sometimes, weirdly enough, can have, like, it's good even though it's like some like Arcane, that fucking series about League of Legends, is good. Which is really weird. Like, that's very weird to me. But yeah, it's like, now I have all these voice lines of me screaming my heart out, and, you know, I voiced, Pent for, like, all of my 20s. So I basically recorded my youth for this character that's supposed to be youthful, and, like, it will all have been for nothing if I don't do it. And, like, you know, even in poor health I did it. Like, some of you may remember when I was wearing the fucking heart monitor in the recording studio. Because my health was so bad and they thought I was just gonna pass out in there.